Okay, so we have our sugar on the left and our salt on the right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my hot plate on and I'm gonna start my timer. We're gonna see how long it takes for these guys to melt. I'm gonna pause the video here and we'll come back in a little bit once they've had a little time to sit. All right, we're coming in right at the 1 minute mark here. And I'm just gonna let this play so you can watch and record the time once you start to see something melt. The sugar's on the left, the salt is on the right. So as soon as you start to see one of these forming a liquid inside the container, go ahead and record that as your time. It will take a considerable amount of time for it to fully melt the entire sample. So once you start seeing it melt, go ahead and record that time. You don't have to wait for the whole thing to melt in order for that to count. So as you can see, our sugar is starting to melt. We've got some brown liquid coming in the bottom there. The one thing I will tell you about sugar is that as we heat it, it does tend to start to decompose a little bit, which is kind of the concept behind caramelizing. So if we keep heating the sugar for too long, it will actually get rid of all of the water within it and turn it into basically carbon. We're gonna leave this going for a little while so we can see when the salt will melt. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and then we'll come back in a little bit and check on our salt. All right, we are right here at almost 21 minutes, and you'll notice our sugar has gone beyond boiling, and it is now, you can see steam coming off of it because it's actually decomposing. We're having oxygen and hydrogen combined to form water, which is escaping as water vapor, and we're leaving behind some delicious black charcoal. Our salt is still hanging in there, not doing much. We'll check back in a few minutes. Okay, so we are now at the 1 hour and 3 minutes mark. Our sugar is just a gooey ball of black scariness, and our salt hasn't budged. So we're gonna go ahead and call this. Salt, we were unable to melt. I would go ahead and put 1 hour plus as your time. We were unable to melt the salt at all.